very strange, almost paranormal. Like doors are opening and closing automatically. Gentle soothing breeze turns out to be frightening. You see someone there, but at the other moment, no one is there. I do have one experience, which I thankfully survived to share with you all. Let me take you to the ghost ride. Good evening, ghost rider of the day and fellow partners in this spying challenge. I still remember that scariest night of my life, November 22nd, 2008, Engineering College Hostel, Chandigarh, and time was around 11:30. I, along with my two friends, Vrigu and Anand, were discussing about ghosts over a few drinks. There was one graveyard beside our college, and warden had warned us not to visit that place, especially at night. Brave Vrigu, I don't believe in ghosts or paranormal things. These are completely absurd. Anand, bro, there might be something. That's why people are not recommending us to go there. You guys are coerced to believe on such irrational thing. Anand, okay, if you are brave enough, go to graveyard now, spend some time there. Vrigu was a bit high. He stood up and started walking towards the gate. I tried my best to restrain him, but to no avail. I reluctantly decided to accompany him in his nocturnal adventure. The night was dark, gloomy, dusky, and silent. The road leading towards the graveyard was very isolated and without any signs of habitation. It must have been around 1.5 kilometers from the hostel, and it was 12:30 am by the time we reached there. At the gate, we were stopped by an old man who introduced himself as a security guard, Abu Chacha. Abu Chacha, what are you doing here at this unearthly hour? Vrigu very emotionally and very politely said, Uncle, one of my loved ones buried him and I have to visit him tonight only as I have to go to Delhi the next morning. Abu Chacha sympathized with us and told us to make it very quick. We slowly made our way inside the graveyard. There was a cemented path at the center with the graves lying on either side of the road. There was an eerie silence except for occasional howling of strays who roamed freely in the area around the cemetery. There was a bench at the short distance away. Vrigu told me that he wanted to sit there, spend a couple of minutes, and to enjoy the solitude. I was already feeling very uncomfortable, but related to Vrigu's persistent request, we sat down. After spending a couple of torturing minutes, he told me that he wanted to explore the rest of the place. We hardly walked a couple of paces ahead when we heard one shrill voice, Go out from here! We thought it might be Abu Chacha, but when we looked around to see, there was no one. Suddenly, Vrigu told me that he had an overwhelming urge to attend nature call. I sternly told him to refrain from doing so, and it was high time that we went back. But stubborn as he was, he did not listen to my advice. Winking at me, he went off to some nearby bushes, a little away from the place. The bushes were thick, and I could not see him at all from my current location. Suddenly, I felt weak, found to be very difficult to breathe, as if someone is trying to squeeze life out of me. I dropped to my knees as my gaze turned ahead. Further down the road, I could see shadowy form slowly moving away from me. My head started spinning. A feeling of horror took over me, affecting my ability to think clearly. With a great difficulty, I regained my composure. Then I realized Vrigu had not returned. I started screaming, Vrigu! 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 But there was no response. I slowly made my way towards the bushes. I was completely horrified by what I saw. Vrigu lying senseless on the ground. Not knowing what to do, I got down and shook him vigorously. Vrigu! Vrigu! And that fortunately worked. Brigu slowly regained his consciousness. Later, when I had a look at Brigu's upper back, I could see vivid imprint of 5 fingers clearly visible on his upper back, and the whole area had become a dark blue due to the clotting of blood. That's enough for us. We ran towards the gate. Suddenly, we were stopped by a young man who sternly asked us what we were doing at cemetery. We quickly told him that we had already taken a permission from Abu Chacha and also told him about our order. He was surprised at the mention of the name Abu Chacha. He told us that no one except him had stood guard at the cemetery for the last 5 years. That was too much for Brigu to bear. He fainted at the gate itself. We carried him slowly to the guard's cabin. And there, I immediately called my friend to rush there with a vehicle and take us back to the hostel. Finally, by 3:30 am, we reached hostel. That day, I promised myself never to be part of such adventure in future. After a few days, I noticed Brigu had also mellowed down quite a bit and started wearing a protective locket. I also start believing there is some invisible power, good or bad, governing our universe. Do you believe in such invisible power? Over to you, Mr.